That is a fact.
Mari Williams is spot on. When you have folks like this, it's like the NBA. It's kind of like that the situation with the NBA implementing the dress code. When the NBA implemented the dress code, a lot of people accused the NBA of being racist because they didn't want the players coming in street clothes, and they started arguing that having guys like Allen Iverson showing up dressed like a damn gang member, down to the damn flags on his head. And these are organizations that they want to sell in China, where Chinese folks don't want to look at that crazy shit. They
Yo,
want
Wizard
that
Kelly, come
gangsterism.
on, hold on. Before you even finish that point,
That's cap.
look
Bro, they
how we're
banned black
talking
and
though.
red shoes.
We got to give up our culture and what we like to do just so a white man can make money off of us now.
No, it's not. It's not that.
It is
the no. It's never been intrinsically our culture to be walking around with like 5x 5x suits at 160 pounds. It's when you look at folks like around the time of like the Jackie Robinsons, the Malcolm X, and the Muhammad Ali's. It wasn't the culture to walk around looking like Iverson and with your hair dreaded
but
up.
they're changing the culture. That's what black people do. We trend set. We
I
go
know,
against.
but it's the culture isn't trending towards something like a culture of intellectualism, a culture of honesty, a culture of like discipline. It's just
You're right about that.
Exactly. So it's like with the Allen Iverson situation.
Wait,
is just,
wait. Not every black kid is just like me and you and maybe C. We weren't all able to go to great schools and get great educations and grow up around these people. So we have to respect other people's ways of living. As long as it's not promoting killing and harming another black man, I don't see anything wrong with wearing baggy pants and fucking in style like that.
But there's nothing intrinsically wrong with like oversizing your pants. It's just when the associations that typically when somebody like sags their pants and like does these things, you could do that and still be like a PhD in like a molecular science. The thing is though, how likely is that going to happen, right? So just like the reason why the NBA actually like to speak to this Kyrie Irving situation, there's kind of a parallel there. But the reason why the NBA had to stop people from dressing like that is you were going to have people dressing like the damn like a street like Crips and stuff coming into the stadium. There were going to be like a broadcast in like Europe. They were going to be broadcast in China, and like people who are more serious want the NBA to make more money. And in order to do so, they're not discriminating against the players. They're discriminating against the players practicing a culture that's going to be self-defeating. And then it's that inability to delineate between discriminating against the individual and discriminating against behavioral practices, right? That promote ignorance. They provoke.
Hold on, Wizard
violence.
Kelly. Wait. Yeah. Before I pass this to C, what you're basically explaining is you're saying, because they want to promote to Europe, this, that, and the clothes. But what you're basically explaining sounds like prison. Why do you think they give prisoners a uniform and say, you have to wear this? Just like even on the slave plantations, they give them clothes you have to wear. This shit shouldn't be like that. This is a basketball organization where those players are making the money, not the owners. Without those players, they wouldn't be able to make that money. So why not let those players express themselves? Why they want control over them? They want to control what they say. They want to control their pay, and now they want to control the way they dress and express their own bodies.
No, it's not about that. Is often
hold on. Let me give that to C real quick. Go ahead, C.
No, I do agree. They have to make rules, because like we all know, bro. If they let one thing slide, a lot of shit is gonna happen, bro. It's gonna turn into a zoo. But at the end of it, you are right, bro. These people are the backbone of your shit. So the needs of these people and the cares of these people, simple shit like how I want to dress, bro. Why can't they why can't they dress how they want? You feel me? Back in the 80s, bro, they banned Michael Jordan from wearing a black and red sneaker on TV, bro.
Facts.
Like, shit changes over time, bro. What's not acceptable now is going to be acceptable in 10 years, bro. Kyrie's just doing it now. Basketball players are supposed to be cookie cutter right now, bro. Nobody has a real identity outside of basketball. Kyrie's changing that narrative, bro.
That's a great way to put it. And let's listen to Mari Williams. Right. Stereotypes is always an attack. Wizard Kelly, what you got to say to that?
is what I'm going to say is just one of our issues is black men as a group is we like to swim against the tide. Generally speaking, an Indian
We
man, if
do.
he was playing in the NBA, would dress a certain way. A dude like a Luke Kennard, that tall white dude, Luke Kennard is going
Of
to dress a
course we
certain
know
way.
that nigga.
Yuta Watanabe, who played for the Raptors, is going to dress a certain way. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come in with shoes on our hands. And then we're going
We used to
the
come
N-
in with shoes on our hands.
exactly the NBA wasn't
You're
they
funny
weren't
for that.
they weren't stifling like what's it the ability for people to express themselves through clothing.
That's funny as
It's
shit, though.
it's only because the situation got so bad, right? That you had guys making like millions of dollars per year coming in dressed like the damn Crips, and then they were trying to get the contracts to go to China. Then after we're like, well, we're the product. It's like, well, the only reason why people can even make money playing a game is because the intellectual part of the NBA is a business. That's the only reason why there's any money for anyone. Is it has to be run a certain way. The rules have to be enforced in order to make it marketable, and everybody else like kind of swims in the same direction. But for us, we want to come in with shoes on our hands, and then we want to we want to come in dressed like Crips. Even if we got $1 million, I want to keep it real. I want to dress like a Crip, right? So
Yeah,
it's just
bro, because they don't. You gotta understand. It's like the baby said that in a song too, and I never forget. He's like, the industry tried to take the hood out of me, bro. They want to take the blackness out of you as soon as you start making money. It's not just like when you go to a white company, bro. They want to say, all right, you need to dress like this, talk like this. You know, they tell black newscasters and people on TV, talk like this, make your speech like that. Because for our white audience, bro, they want to take that black out of you, bro. And we got to figure out a
but
way how to not let that happen. What do you have to say, C?
No, they do that because they also know that bro, people hate black culture. Like they know their audience hates black culture. Like how you said, they try to go into China. They're trying to expand to China, bro.
Fact.
Do you know Chinese people emulate black culture the most?
Damn.
I walk outside right now, I'll see every Asian dude dressed as a fucking dressed like a rapper, bro. More than us, bro. But they got the means to have the real drip. You feel me? They create the shit. So like that's not a Chinese thing. That's more of a white audience thing. White audience don't want to see Allen Iverson combing his hair, comfortable being black and shit, bro. It's not a Chinese thing. That's not an Indian thing.
Mari
I
Williams says, I remember in the Netherlands, prisons look like college dorms, for real, for real. But in the States, our federal prisons look like crack houses. Of course. What you got to say was a Kelly.
what I have to say is that sometimes what we'll do is because we're so committed to just dysfunction, we'll take ideas that have a kernel of truth. For example, that Allen Iverson comb picking thing would make most people feel uncomfortable because there's a lot of racism even against black hair. But then what we'll do is rather than like acknowledging, well, that's factually accurate. But does this mean that it serves him well to come in a 10x suit at 160 pounds, and then the next day come in dressed like a Crip? So it's like obviously the former statement has some truth to it, but then we're going to use it to justify coming in with shoes on our hands, and then we're going to say, well, that's just the way we've always done things. Like, no, that's not the way we've always done things. If you look at the way things were in the '60s, or even just the way other people act, yes, a hip hop culture does.
Wait, hold on, Wizard Kelly. It's not Allen Iverson wasn't trying to say that's the way it should be done. He was trying to say, let me be me.
Let me express myself.
Don't forget though, he also dropped a rap song too with all that shit. That's what also made them upset. They wanted him to be this NBA player coming with a tight suit, forget all your background, and this is who you need to be. He was like, "Yo, let me be me." I respect that. Wizard Kelly,
No.
would you want somebody trying to tell you how to not be you?
No, it's not about whether or not a freedom of expression. That's it's like when women say, "Well, I could dress how I want," and then go to put myself in a very dangerous situation. A lot
Okay,
of
I
the time,
agree with that.
we've taken on kind of the pathology of like a woman, where it's like we know what we're doing is self defeating. We know that dressing like very ignorant like that has certain ramifications. we know that there's some kernels of truth that like general hip hop culture. I just came from South Korea recently. Has influenced the way young people dress globally. And then what we do is because we could see that yeah, like a lot of them do dress in a way that's hip hop kind of inspired. Then we say, well, yeah, so that means Chinese people youth are dressed like Chief Keef. So,
What
so it's like we know there's some element to truth. Like obviously, like hip hop culture influences like the way most young people dress, even like some of the younger CEOs in tech dress like that. But then, in order to justify the extreme, which is going to be inevitably the Chief Keef thing and the shoes on the hands thing, we take things
You
that
said
have
the
some
Chief
element of
Keef
truth.
thing.
Exactly, because
You said that.
we know
God.
what's good,
Okay,
but like
okay,
it's
okay.
just
Let's see you
yeah.
go. Let me hear. See you. Go ahead.
Nah, I feel like that's a touchy subject, bro.
It
Like
really is.
black and white, we never see together when it comes to expressing ourselves, bro. Because someone said it, I forgot. I think Kanye said it or somebody. He was like, the white man has, bro. He said he wore the White Lives Matter shit because white men have no voice. Like they're the most judged. They can't speak out against women. They can't say my black employee's always late because black people gonna hate him. They can't say this. They can't say that. But black people, we're like, we can literally get on record and say we killing this nigga, we killing that nigga, we
Damn.
raping bitches, bro.
That's a fact.
So it's like when white people have that power over us to say we can't do this, black people get mad, but don't realize how much shit they actually allow us to do to get away with.
Exactly. And like a lot of the things we want to like get away with, they're going to be self-defeating things. Just like with the let me be me kind of nonsense. Like you have to have some standard for even like yes like some like even media networks may police like how like their black broadcasters speak. Yeah, that is factually true, but it's just a lot of the time, well, it's going to turn into, well, I want to like speak in rather than double negatives that make you sound ignorant enough, but now I'm going to speak in triple negatives or I'm quadruple negatives, where I'm going to say I'm not something.
He
So
said
it turns
that.
it turns into that like somebody coming to the office with their shoes on their hands and watch on their ankles, right? And then saying, "Let me be me."
Watch on your
Bro, that is a woman
with no
mentality.
Rolex on your ankle.
Bro, we gotta be real, bro. That is a woman mentality. You let
Hold
women
on.
do one
Go
thing
ahead,
she
see.
do the most. And like black people had more if we want to be real, black people, we've had more morals back in the day when there was more restriction. When you had to wear a suit and fucking go outside and do business and shit in the 60s, bro. So it's like the more freedom we get, the less morals we have.
Okay, that's a great point. See, Mari Williams says, "I